Hi, bombshells. I'm back. Did you meet somebody and all of a sudden your life starts going to trash and theirs is just elevating, 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 and doesn't seem to be coming down, but yours is just keeping up on this horrible, horrible road? But suddenly you look closer and you're like, they have everything I used to have.
She got a wrong thing. That's why I love her. It's independent. Won't you come and spend a little time? She got a wrong thing. That's why I love her. It's independent. Ooh, the way you shine. It's independent.
Destiny swapping is when someone comes into your life and basically takes the destiny slash life you have and swaps it with themselves. It's something that can happen quite casually or over a long period of time. But overall, it's something that can be immensely hard to deal with emotionally if you're not prepared and if you don't necessarily know what it is. So I'm going to be breaking down what a destiny swap is, how that actually limits your self, like, care and love journey, and how to avoid people who destiny swap. Like I said, destiny swap is basically from someone you meet, they basically steal your life. And a good example of destiny swap is, say you meet person B, you're person A, you meet person B. They seem depressed, they seem really down, and they have no plans on having a social life. They don't like social interaction, they don't like schoolwork, they don't like going out, they don't like men, they don't like women, they don't like people in between, they don't like nobody, they don't have pets, nothing. You, person A, have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a life socially, big friend groups, pets, all that. Within the span of you knowing person B, your pets are gonna die. That was harsh, but your pets are gonna die. You're gonna lose all your friends, maybe to person B. Your person B comes in and all your friends just seem to be enamored with them, and then you're gonna break up with your partner. This partner can also be taken by person B, or just you break up with your partner, person B has a new partner who reminds you so much of your old one. Now, there's a very important thing here. If you don't lose anything naturally, that's the key here. That's the key for a destiny swap. If you feel like, if you and your partner were already having issues before you met person B, do not say this is a destiny swap. If you and those friend groups were already having rifts before you met person B, do not say that's a destiny swap. If your pet had cancer or was previously sick and really terminal before you met person B, you cannot say this is a destiny swap. That is where you get to the point of the delusion. You might have just been going through a lot of traumatic things and it feels easier to point the blame at somebody. This is a destiny swap if you and your partner have had a great relationship. Person B shows up, now something's messed up. Maybe your partner's cheating on you with person B. Maybe person B is like a whispering fly in your relationship. Maybe person B tells you advice, you take that advice, apply it to your relationship, and now it's over. Or friend group, person B, you guys have been cool. Yeah, you might not like everybody, but you guys have been sweet as pie, and then person B comes in and everything breaks. Your pet goes from great health to horrible health after meeting person B. Or for, yeah, I think I covered all that. That's a destiny swap. That is a destiny swap. Now, destiny swaps can happen in many ways. I put that on a really big scale to have perfect parallels, but it could be as simple as fame. If you meet somebody, you guys are both starting from the same point, and you guys want to be influencers, and suddenly your friend skyrockets off of content that's similar to yours, that might be a destiny swap. Now, realistically speaking, I'm going to be honest. I see very few successful destiny swaps. Usually, person B, who is just going to be the villain of this video, person B always fails. And the reason they usually fail, and from what I've seen, is they get overly ambitious, they get overly vicious with person A, with you, or with anybody else who's been like the target of it, and they get like just far too dissatisfied with what they have. So a failed destiny swap would be person B already has your friends, they have your boyfriend, but now suddenly they want to like come visit your pets, or like they make you aware of the destiny swap happening and you put it into it. That's when they start spiraling, because they need you to not have anything. If you continue having all this stuff after meeting person B, they're not gonna like you. You need to lose everything for this to be a proper destiny swap. So they're not going to be happy. They're gonna have issues. They're gonna create conflicts. Person B is not gonna be happy until you are destitute with nothing. Now, how do we avoid it? How do we know the signs? Jealousy in friendship is a very easy sign of it being a destiny swap in the making. If your friends are jealous of you, keep an eye out. I'm not talking in the whole, oh my gosh, girl, I wish I had your body. That's not a destiny swapping like attempt. But if your friend describes everything about your body and is like, I wish I had, so let's say you have a pear-shaped body, right? For the sake of this analogy, you have a pear-shaped body. Your friend is an apple. They're gonna be like, I wish I had a smaller waist. I wish my boobs were smaller. I wish my butt was bigger. I wish. But when it comes down to you, they won't compliment you. They won't ever be like, ooh, body tea. They're never gonna compliment you. They're never gonna say anything nice to you, nothing about you, nothing. It's always gonna be crickets. You can send them a picture or like, or you could just go into a group. It's really easy, guys. I know I just said like how destiny swappers try to take friend groups, but if you're in a friend group and it's solid and like locked in, this can be a really easy way to tell. If everyone else in the group is giving you a compliment, and the destiny swapper slash person B is like, even though you know they want what you have, that's how you know that's how you know. But body wise, they will sit there and speak about desiring everything you have, Because again, for the sake of this analogy, you have a pear shape. Desire all of it. You're not gonna get a compliment out of them. You couldn't waterboard a compliment out of them. They do not like you, and they're not going to like you. And the reason they're not going to like you is because they, on their own, really desire what you have, and it upsets them that you make it real. It's not a thing of, oh, I'm basically like a walking mood board for this person. No, that's not fun for nobody. That's not fun for anyone. That might even be fun for you. You guys might be people who have tried to destiny swap because you've been so jealous of other people's lives. Seriously. Take some time to reflect. Honestly, if you met somebody who is the living embodiment of your vision board on Pinterest, are you going to love them? If the answer is yes, you're a real one. Me personally, I love people who I like look up to in person, or like even online mutuals. I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, it's so tea. Like, because I don't want to destiny swap with you. I just like what you do. But people who want to destiny swap are deeply insecure. They deeply don't like their lives, right? So, with that being said, they're going to try to ruin yours. For anyone who's right now like, girl, what that got to do with my self-care journey, my self-love journey? Let them want to be my. And you're like, girl, you haven't got to the part where you explain why this affects me. Hold up. I said I was going to do it all. I didn't say which order. I just explained how to avoid it first. But avoiding it is just seeing the signs and distancing yourself from these people. Ice them out. When I tell you, freeze them solid, freeze them cold. Do not let them have access to you. Block them if you need to. Unfollow them. Do not talk about your successes until they are so high that they can't get to. Do not ever let them have any type of leeway or in way to hurt you, because a destiny swapper will hurt you 100%. Destiny swappers usually, like I said, they fail because they get too big in their britches. But when they get to do things on a micro level, it might not be succeeding in their goal, but they succeed in fucking you over. All right, they're so evil, and it's hard. And again, if you're a destiny swapper, you're not really unsavable. It's the part where you realize you are. I personally have had destiny swappers in my life, and maybe I'm not ready to make those story times, but I will say those people have been some of the most evilest, disgustingest people I've ever met in my life on the inside. And I don't even believe that they're beyond repair. I just think that they don't want it right now because they're too busy trying to be someone they're not than to get their self together. But anyways, how does this affect you? Well, number one, if someone does successfully, God forbid, successfully destiny swaps with you, you are losing a lot out of your life. And now you have to watch somebody else because they're going to make sure you see it. You got to watch somebody else live the type of life that you just had. Of course, that's going to be horrible for your mental health. Number two, it limits your goals, it limits your planning. When you have a little devil right there all the time, just whispering and making sure you do bad, it limits your progress. It makes it so this journey, the self-care journey, you're not even going to be able to go on it because you're going to be so busy picking up the pieces of your broken life that's happened because of this destiny swapper that it's going to be too much to handle. And lastly, very importantly, they will isolate you. They will isolate you and ruin you socially, and you have to start from the ground up. And sometimes that's best. Sometimes it can be good. Sometimes a lot of people who deal with destiny swappers, you are like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You have to be reborn. But at the same time, it's not for everybody. It's not. Sometimes you want the life you have already. You don't want to restart. So yeah, that's how it affects you. And bombshells, I'm being so serious here. You need to understand that these destiny swappers are evil. They're not out for your best interest. They don't want anything good for you. And they're going to go out of their way to fuck you over. Screw you over. You don't need people like that. Quality over quantity. You do not need people like that around you because those people will ink up so much of the trauma in your life, it's not even funny. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys are able to take my message well. I hope that if you have a destiny swapper in your life, you are able to take them out of your life like the little super rat they are, and make sure you're doing good. Have a totally rocking day, and bye.
She got a wrong thing. That's why I